This is my current spray drone trailer setup that I was going to use for my custom application business. And I realized after looking at it more and more that I made a big mistake. Initially, here was the plan. I have a 100-gallon induction cone, which I'm going to be pouring chemical into. This chemical is then going to get distributed out of this pump here, and that would come out of our little fuel nozzle and reel to fill the drone. And for all my clean water, I had 3 of these 250-gallon IBC totes that would work just like I had hoped. Honestly, the spray drone trailer setup I thought was perfect, but it's not. First of all, loading the drone out the back is what I want. The only problem is when I move from field to field, the drone has to go either on the trailer or in the truck. And because of the tongue situation down here on the trailer, it's going to be almost impossible to lift this drone up into the truck. So I realized the drone somehow has to sit on the trailer to transport from field to field. The other big thing I realized is I'm going to be spraying about 90% of the time from July to August with this drone. And that portion of time, it is about 90 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit almost every afternoon here in Minnesota. And right now, I have no shade protection. I have no way to get out of the sun. So that was the other big thing that I realized needs to be solved on this trailer before we get to spraying season. With those 2 problems of wanting and needing to keep the drone on the trailer and also wanting some sort of shade protection, I did what any other person would do, start scrolling Facebook Marketplace, seeing if there's any deals to be had, something I could use, retrofit, to put on this trailer. I did find something. There is only one problem with it. The problem is I need to use this trailer to go pick up the said thing that I purchased. So for that to happen, we need to get everything off this trailer to use it. Would you looky there? I might not even have to cut any clips out. I might have just lined up the ball to the receiver on my first try. The truck and trailer is ready to go. The one final thing I need to get ready now is the guy just messaged me saying he's not gonna accept the personal check since he doesn't know me, which I totally understand. So I gotta buzz into town, take out a cashier's check, which basically is a form of payment that guarantees he will get money out of my checkbook, where a check might bounce if I don't have enough money. So we're gonna buzz into town real quick, grab that, and then we'll head off. Take the car into town, save a little gas mileage. Back out of the bank, we have our money order here. The white slip is the actual money order. The pink slip is my records or receipt. Unfortunately, it costs $12 for this, but because this person doesn't know me, I understand why they want an actual money order. But now that we have this, we'll head back to the farm. We'll take the truck and trailer and head off to pick up the thing that we bought. I'm now in the truck, grabbed a box of tissues because I am sick right now. We have about an hour-and-a-half drive to pick up the item that we purchased, and it is supposed to start snowing later tonight, so hopefully things go well. But now we have an hour-and-a-half drive. I've made it to Mankato. It's now time to show you what I bought. It is this right here. It is this storage container. If you look at it, it is 8 inches or 8 feet wide, 8 feet high, and 6 foot deep. So the plan is this will sit on the trailer. This is what I will load the drone into when I'm moving from field to field, load it in on these sides. And then I'm also contemplating, depending on what it looks like on the inside, putting in some air conditioning. That way I can charge all my stuff in there. And if it's a really hot day and I need to be inside, there's air conditioning on the inside. Otherwise, maybe just get like an awning off to the side. But this is what I bought. I paid $3,500 for it. I gotta go find the guy so we can get this loaded up onto the trailer. Just dropped off the money order, met the guy. He's a super guy. He's actually a farmer himself, raises sod. So essentially he's raising grass to sell to homeowners, which honestly, I've never really talked to a sod farmer, but what he's telling me is he wants me to back the truck up. He's gonna lift up our storage container, pop that on the trailer, and then gonna find the keys for it because the door locks. And that should be all we need, and then we'll be back on our way. You'll clear it. Plenty high. That's good, I'd say. I'd say put her down.
Right there?
Yeah. This storage container is exactly 8 feet wide, which is the same width of the trailer, so it is basically barely fitting on the trailer. Eventually when I get it back home, I'll reposition it with the forklift, but now we'll strap it down. It weighs about 1,300 pounds. It shouldn't move, but we'll put straps on just to be safe. We got our cargo shipping container all strapped down now, ready for the 1.5-hour ride back home. Once we get home, I'll show you what the inside of this thing looks like now, talk about some of my plans for the future of the inside of Mission Control. Honestly, the way I found out about these big shipping containers is one of my friends, actually Daniel, who I bought the drone from, had one of these last year. Pretty cool to learn about how they make these things. They cut up those big, large 40-foot storage containers into smaller ones like these 8-foot section one that I just bought. And then they use them at a lot of different like construction and job sites as like a mobile office. So essentially, I just bought a mobile office, but now we'll head her back home and get going. We're about halfway back home to the farm. I figured better stop, pull over, make sure the straps are still tight and secure because we don't want to be losing this thing on the road. That one looks like came just a little bit loose, so we'll retighten that back up and then keep on trucking. I made it back to the farm with our storage container. Let me tell you, the ride back was not all that great. It only got about 3 to 4 miles to the gallon because we were bucking the wind heading back west. But now, if I take this door and open it on the inside, I'll show you what it looks like. Inside my storage container here, there is plywood on the ground, and then there is just this solid sheeting, the same as it is on the outside. And it is 7 feet tall, which works really good because I'm 6'4", so this is almost perfect height because I don't have to scrunch down, and I'm able to stand all the way up in here. This nice side door here works good for me to access. It also has a key right here, so if I want to lock it, I'm able to. And then here is the 2-pane window, which slides to go open if you want to let air inside there. Then over here on this side of the trailer, there is 2 big swinging open doors that open like this, maybe. Come on. So now I got it all the way opened up. The plan is this side will face this end of the trailer. This is where I'll lift the drone, put the drone in here, and then I'll also have all the chemical chargers and other things that'll be inside here. That way they don't get dusty when I'm going down the road. And then also, if I do want to unhook Dad's truck from the trailer, if he needs to take it somewhere else, it's just all my stuff will be stationary on the trailer in this storage container. That way if it needs to set outside overnight, it will. I can put a padlock on it. Nobody will be able to steal anything. There is a vent inside this sheeting as well. There's a couple holes up there, and then the vent goes out to right here. Then because it does have that vent, I have also thought about the idea of spray foaming the inside of this storage container. That way it basically can stay cold. And I also thought about maybe adding like a little air conditioner off in the side. That way it's actually like air conditioned in here. I don't know if that's needed. Something I'm considering. We'll see what happens. I brought this storage container home. What's the first thing Mom says? Oh, you bought a house.
I said make it into a mini house.
Honestly, I thought about if worst case scenario, turn this thing into a little chicken shack. Basically, could have chickens in here, have a little cheap chicken storage shed, but I don't know. That would work.
Yeah, that would work. I never thought about that.
I did just have this storage container put over the axles just because I was just hauling this, but now I'm gonna move that storage container up to the front of the trailer where it should sit for my actual custom application business, because I'm gonna have all my water tanks and everything in the back. So we'll get this thing moved to the front. Because the storage container is so wide, we got both forklifts. Mom's on that one. Got another one set up over here. We're just gonna raise the container up. I will pull back the trailer up a little bit, and we'll set her down.
Good?
Yep.
Okay.
She's just slowly shifting it closer and closer. That way we get the shack basically perfectly straight and as far up to the front of the trailer as we can. We had to put a box of seat on in the back here just so we had a little bit of weight. Otherwise the trailer was really starting to lean a lot in the front. What'd you say?
I'm within 3 inches from the front. You want it more? I'm as far as I can go again.
I'd get a little closer. It's almost perfect on the other side. Go again. This trailer is exactly 8 feet wide from this bar to the bar on the other side, and what I was told is this crate is 8 feet wide, but unfortunately they have these little pieces welded down here at the bottom, so it sticks out just maybe 2 inches beyond the trailer, which I can't say I'm in love with, but it's something I'm just gonna end up having to live with. The craftsmanship on this thing is actually unreal. Like, it's got this nice gasket here, so it's completely watertight all the way around. Even has a little bit of caulk on spots that maybe there was a little bit of imperfections. I'm impressed by the build on this thing. I don't like these bars in front of the window. You know what that looks like to me?
A little cage. I like it.
No, you think it looks like a jail.
I did.
Yeah, it does look like a jail. I don't like that. It makes it look like a jail. I might take a grinder, grind them off. You think that's heavy? The trailer's now back in the position that we started the day at. Eventually, I'll get this tank mounted right here. It's gonna work good. I wish the door was mounted the other way, so the door opened like this. Instead, the door opens and the door is gonna fling over to this side. But you can't have everything perfect, so I'll get the tank mounted here, get 2 of these other tanks mounted and plumbed up there. The one thing I'm still waiting on, though, is I'm waiting on the generator. I bought the biggest generator you can find. Problem is, they're sold out on Amazon, they're sold out at Home Depot, Best Buy, Zorro, every place I've checked, they are sold out. And I need that generator, and I'm gonna mount it right here, and then that is what's gonna power everything. I might actually charge the batteries inside this control unit. Still haven't decided on that. But I need that generator to come. For some reason, it's sitting on a boat. They're all sitting somewhere in China. Haven't heard any updates on it. So that is one thing that's getting me a little antsy, because we're gonna need that generator before we're able to actually go out and start custom spraying acres. With everything I've been working on the trailer so far, I still have just as much stuff I need to learn and figure out on the actual drone side of things. So if you want to see that, I'd encourage you to hit subscribe down below, because I still need to learn how to map all the fields, organize everything, set up spray records. All of those things are coming in future videos. If you want to see it, hit subscribe down below. And today when I was driving to pick up this storage container, it really hit me. You know, I purchased this drone with the intention of just wanting to spray my family's 2,000 acres of corn and soybeans. And now all of a sudden today, I just purchased a storage container. I'm in a full-blown custom application business. I have all my certifications, starting to figure out all my invoicing things. So when I do start getting customers, I have all the back-end things ready to go. And honestly, if you would have told me this 6 months ago, that's what I'd be doing, I'd say you're crazy. But now, here we are. I'm figuring it out day by day, bringing you guys along for the journey. I hope you're enjoying it. And with that, that's it for today's video of HiTech Farmer. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, and we'll see ya in the next one.